Hello everyone. Today I just want to go over some of the changes we're going to be doing to our tracking in 2017. So if you see here, one of the biggest changes, every month is going to have its own folder. So January, February, March, April, May, so on and so on. Every month will have its own. The purpose of that is we will no longer have to update them monthly. So when we finish January, it'll automatically fill in February slots. When we finish February, Marches will fill in February and January, and so on and so on. So it'll be less transferring, less chances for mistakes. I'm just going to go through the January tracking, and we'll take a look at some of the changes to the tracker. One thing I do want to stress is we do not want to unlock these or edit them or mess with them. There's a lot of code, so just make sure if you have any issues, you can always contact me by my email, and I can get it taken care of, but we don't want anyone messing with the files. So this is the front page, the customer inquiry, and you can see it's a little bit bigger, there's a little more information, but it's actually to make it easier. So we're going to have to fill out less forms now. So this form is going to be mostly the same, but you can see I click in here, and initials is the same, date, it's obviously the same, it's just going to be the whatever the date for the day is. Customer name, we'll just put my own name. Phone number, all this is the same. It's important that we're punching it all in, but none of this part changes. The first thing you're going to see a change in is when you get to how found. So in the difference, how found, everyone does like DB for drive-by, internet, so we're still going to do that, but we're going to have specific ones we do. So I'm going to click over here to year to date how found, and you'll see drive-by, website, internet, third party, Craigslist, and then next to it you see the abbreviation. So you want to make sure you're using the correct abbreviations, but when you fill in the how found, if you hit DB, it automatically will fill in the year to date how found. So this will be filled in automatically. We no longer use these forms. These will all be done for us automatically. So we'll click back to customer inquiry. We'll just make sure that everyone's using the same for these. If you have specific how founds that are different than everyone else, we'll work with the DMs or myself, and we'll get yours adjusted for your store. But everyone's going to be using the same things for like drive-by, internet, and stuff like that. The comment section's the same. The follow-up, same. All that stuff's going to be the same. And then the next change is going to be the square footage. So now instead of tracking unit sizes by 5x5 or 4x2, we're going to start tracking them by square footage. So obviously 5x5 is 25 square feet. So 25 square feet or smaller, you'll just put a okay, so you'll just put a 1 in that box, and it's automatically going to track your size needed for you, so you don't fill this form out anymore either. So it's a lot easier. Instead of filling out 4 forms now, you're really just going to have to do this one. And then the size categories on the top, it's pretty easy to figure out what size. A 10x20 is going to be 200 square feet. A 10x15 is going to be 150, and you just put a 1 there. Whatever the size needed is, you'll just put the 1 there instead of typing in 5x10. You're just putting a check mark there. It's real simple, real easy, but what that's going to do is it's basically just going to fill these 2 forms out for us automatically. So these are now just information. We're no longer inputting anything on these. The follow-up log is going to stay exactly the same. No changes there. So after you track the customer inquiry, you're just doing this page and you're done. Then when you do a move-in, you go to the move-in tracking, and you'll see this one's changed a little bit too, but it's basically the same form. So when you do a move-in, you just put the date in, customer name, unit number, and then instead of the size needed, it's just all basically, instead of typing it, you're just going to put a 1 in whatever size it was that you rented. So if you rented a 5x5, you'd put a 1 there, and you'd move on. If it's an RV, you put a 1 in the RV. If it's a wine, you put a 1 in the wine. And once again, what that does is it's then filling out these forms for you automatically, so you don't have to make any changes there. So on the move-in tracker, we're still gonna have admin fee, insurance, auto pay, lock, full boat. That's done the same way. You just put the 1 in there when you get them. If you don't get them, you leave it blank. Retail section, get fives. All of this is the same. And then the next change is going to be the how found, and that's the same thing as the other page. So you just type in how you found. If it was your website, you'd put OWS. If it's Yelp, you type Yelp. It's very self-explanatory. You might have to, maybe the first couple weeks print up this page here so you can look at the sources, but you'll memorize them. The next change on the move-in page is going to be how promo, and this is a small change too. So just instead of doing the check marks, you're just going to do above. So if it's half off, you put an H. If it's other, put O. Rate adjustment A, RA. So, and those are right there, so it's easy to know. Very self-explanatory. And then there you just do the credit, reasons for discounts, and employee initials. That's really it for the tracking. It's real simple. MIT summary is going to fill out automatically. All your monthly pages are done, so changes shouldn't need to be made. I did unlock these so you can change employees' names when there's a change, to make it easier. And then for the tracking book, the only other changes are going to be on the insurance commissions. Everyone wants to make sure when you're filling in the KPIs, do not take out the commissions. I just want you to put the base number. So if you did 2,000, if your Domico says you did 2,000, just put 2,000. Don't do the commissions. If you really want to know how much you have, I set it to automatically take the commissions out at the end of the month. So you can type it in here, and it'll tell you right there what your actual commission is. But for the rest of the form, I just want you to put in the amount without the commissions taken out. And then the last change is the total amount credits and discounts will be filled in automatically. It comes off your MIT summary, and it's pulling it from here. So you don't need to touch anything with the move out discounts. It's filled in automatically. If anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me. My email is gschneider at, I'll just type it in here, gschneider@westcoastselfstorage.com.